right, everybody, we are back at it again. My brother Bobby Trends is here.
Kick the block.
And
What up?
we have a special guest, Scott Storch.
Wow.
Everybody.
Legend in the building. Legend.
Legend. Hold on, let me
Thank you.
just say this, Trends. I gotta say something to you, Scott.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna speak on behalf of the whole entire music business. We have not done a great job at giving you your flowers while you're here. Let
Thank
me
you.
just say that battle reminded me so much of your legacy and how great you are and how we underappreciate what you have done for the culture. So I just want to take a little glass, Trends. I know you don't got the
appreciate that.
Hennessy, but I want to toast to Scott.
Toast to Scott
Thank you
Storch.
so much. You know, a lot of people
Legend.
get caught up in, there was a little hiatus in my life where I got heavy into drugs and I stopped making music. So that sometimes overshadows what actually was in the catalog and just how much I contributed. So.
And you bounced back very, very heavily.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it reminded us, and I was so clear after that, it reminded us of such a great producer you are and how many records that you've actually worked on. And then your sound, when you hear those keys come in, like, you know that's a Scott Storch beat.
Yep.
There's gotta be, I'm sorry.
I don't. Go ahead.
I said there's got to be a big story behind that. Big story.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A lot of the records, it was just me trying to, be a pioneer in a way. Like I'll never follow trends, and it's a big risk in that. But when you create a new sound, I think that's the most important thing. And always keep the shit new.
Yeah. I had the pleasure to be in the studio with you when you were working with Remy Ma. It was my first time ever in the studio with you, and we were in California. We came to the studio. Shout out to Steve. Joe Crack said, "Yo, Remy's album is not complete without a Scott Storch beat," and I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "I don't care what you got to do. She needs to go to LA. She needs to cook with him. He's the mastermind behind a lot of our records." So we go to LA. Trends, first time I ever seen Scott work live in my whole entire radio career. Never seen anything like this before. He literally breaks out the keyboard and creates the beat from scratch.
That's how we do it.
He hears the sounds and the melody, and he's like, he smokes a cigarette. He's like, "Nah, it needs a little bit of this." And you go back to it, and then he's bopping. Then he goes back to it. He adds a little something else, and he doesn't leave until the beat is complete. And I've never seen anything like that.
Wow.
Hey, it's crazy. Like a lot of people was talking trash on there, like trying to say that there's like, ghost people and shit when I was on the battle and like, this and that. You can't knock the fact that, man, I had the pleasure to collaborate on some of those records with Dr. Dre and this and that. But, I think some people were saying that like certain ones that I did by myself, that was a collaborative effort and they were mistaken on that. You know what I mean? The majority of my stuff, I just do it. You know what I mean?
Until people really see how you work, people are going to talk shit, especially on the internet. It was co-produced by some people, whatever. Everybody in the industry collaborates, whether it's
100%. There wouldn't be a beat battle that hasn't been touched by that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody has, people that are brains behind their records. I would have to say, in my case, I bring melody and my sound, you can hear it. Like, you know what I mean? You can't deny it. It is what it is.
It's the signatureness of it. And I've seen how you cook it up. And it's literally from scratch. No young producers in there, just you, the engineer. It was literally me, you, the engineer, your girl. I hope you don't mind me saying that. Steve, of course. And literally nobody else in the studio working with you. And I found that to be fascinating. Back in the day, like, did you have to have a lot of people in the studio, like, to create that party environment to get creative?
You know what? I hated that. That was one thing. Like, I saved that for after the studio. You know what I mean? Like, I'm always like, cause I'm kind of like, yeah, it's a distraction, and I get shy, like around people. Like, I'll play something that sounds like too safe, like, you know what I mean, just to please the room, and not think about reaching, like I was talking about, and pioneering. You know what I mean? To get that next thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And your
That's
story.
like zone. That zone is important.
Yeah, you got to go into a zone. Immediate family. Yeah.
I'm blessed. And now I can officially say I've been graced by a legend. I seen it with my own eyes. I'm going to be with that.
You're true inspiration, Scott. True inspiration.
Thank you, man. I'm trying
it.
to inspire people on different levels right now, man. Like I'm in the process of just finalizing a property where we're creating a cannabis rehab center where we're healing people with cannabis from stronger substances.
Wow.
I love that. It's called the Heavenly Center, correct?
Yeah, the Heavenly Center. Yeah, in Studio City, and I'm gonna be there and really try and spread the word and help people recover and make the recovery rate of people and keeping it that way, raise that level and that percentage.
Yeah.
And,
because your story is so unique. You share this story a lot, and one of my favorite podcasts is with you and Fat Joe. I've never seen you talk about this so in detail with Fat Joe until it actually brought tears to my eyes. Like you once you made $100 million, but you said the drugs took over your life to where you lost a lot of that money.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you said that in the story, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, but Joe went to see you and helped you kind of pull out that dark place. He was one of the people that didn't give up on you, that didn't say, fuck Scott.
He never gave up on me. He always remained loyal, and, he was a real friend. And, out of all the people that I made, like, massive records and multiple massive records to, he's the one that was always there in my corner for me.
Yeah. So one of the things I always wanted to ask you, how was that road to recovery for you? I know the Heavenly Center is a big focus for you, and I think that is such a beautiful thing that you're doing. But I know that's been a process for you. Like, how has that process been?
You know what? It's crazy. Like, I attempted to go to a normal rehab center early on when I first, made an attempt to get sober, and it did not work. I literally left the place after being in this building for 45 days. I hopped in you see me? There you are. I thought I lost you. I hopped in a Ferrari to my cocaine dealer's house from there. It did not help me. Flash forward to more years of drug abuse. I met a lady, this girl Florence, and she became my wife, and she literally overnight cured me. She gave me a bag of weed, and she gave me the support that I needed to just literally go cold turkey off all drugs. And that's why I believe the Heavenly Center can work, because the cannabis, is not accepted in like NA, in the 12-step program. That's like on a list of things you cannot consume when you're on that. But for me, I know it worked. Right. And, what I was doing was such a harmful thing. And, this prevented me from doing that and got me through the anxiety as well as, just the comfortability to stay with it. And I did it.
And I can't imagine the amount of pressure the amount of anxiety that you constantly face when you're creating, right? Because people, in a way, it's a big expectation, right? People depend on you to make their careers become what they are, right?
Absolutely. And it was difficult to get people to believe in me again. You know what I mean? Straight out of like, oh, maybe he's not really sober, and whatever the hell's going on. But as time went on, and Steve LaBelle, we working, he taught me a way. He's like, yo, we're not going to try and infiltrate back into the system, and you're not going to call and knock on Jay-Z's door, because probably not going to fucking answer the door, first of all. And second of all, that's not going to help your career. What we need to do is get with new talent, new people that are just starting out, that are easier to get in those doors, and you can create music that's going to, have a whole new generation appreciate who you are. And it worked. And I got back in, and now people got a chance to see the consistency. So now all the everybody's knocking now. So it's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? We did it. Salute to Steve LaBelle.
Yeah, he's a great guy too. You got a great guy in your corner. One of the things too that cannabis, a lot of people don't talk about, Trends, is a lot of cancer patients use it. A lot of people with ailments, like pain management, instead of doing the opioid drugs, which is a big addiction in itself.
100%.
And the opioid drugs alters the brain. It really fucks you up.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of people, not just artists, choose the cannabis route versus the.
I can cure opioid addicts with this right here. I can do
Wow.
it. The only thing that's a little more difficult is alcohol and benzos, which is like people that take Xanax and stuff like that. But opioids and cocaine, crack, all that type of stuff, people can literally go through a 4-day detox and be ready for our program, and we can cure them and we can keep them healthy, happy, and we're gonna have music in there and a recording studio, everything.
Wow. And you're gonna teach them how to produce and stuff like that. Like you're gonna be real hands-on.
We're gonna have groups, yeah. We're gonna have groups to come
Wow.
in, and we'll let them, you know, people that are already knowledgeable in that area, we're gonna let them use the room and be able to create during their recovery.
That's a beautiful thing.
But I'm actually, you know, on another note, before we get off, I wanted to tell you guys, I have an album coming out that
I know, I was about to get to that. Trends. Wait, hold on. We gotta set this up properly, Trends. So a little birdie told me that he has an album coming out. He has a fire single. So I asked the birdie, well, can Hot 97 get this single first? Because Bobby Trends loves to fake leak records.
I think we can make that happen.
We need that, Scott.
97.
We need that, Scott. You know,
make a movie up here, man. We up here, man. Prime time. Let's go.
Look, Trends is right there in the studio right now.
Get ready.
He's ready to break it. Yeah,
break
the record is crazy. It's a you know, Ozuna with Tyga, and
wow,
it's to me a global smash.
Of course,
you know, I signed with Atlantic Records with Kevin Weaver, and he believed in me and continuing my legacy. And God bless him. You know, he's a great guy, and he said, let's make a big record. Let's not just make some whatever. Let's go there. We're gonna go there. We're gonna go there. I made something for the whole world.
I actually had a sneak listen when you put it on the live.
I know.
Real fast. Oh my God!
I was gonna ask,
the record button didn't work fast enough.
No, Trent. I was just about to ask, can he sneak play us the record right now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wish I'm not in the studio on this one, but I'll make sure y'all break it.
Okay. Well, we definitely need that. Let's talk about this album. Who else is on it? Are you finished with the project?
No, I'm still in motion. In motion, but I got some great songs. Like, you know, there's a lot of surprises. Top secret. No.
Top secret surprises. When do you have a kind of like a release date on when you want to release the album?
Not really for the album, but we already are right now as we speak. We set up a couple of days. That's to be confirmed in the extremely near future to release the Ozuna Tyga record.
We gotta get that, bro. We need that.
Yeah, I'll keep y'all posted.
You know, he got a heater on the Roddy Ricch album too.
Oh, facts. he got some heat. Yo, Scott got some records in the stash. I ain't even gonna hold you. He got some records.
You know what? Perseverance. You know, the talent doesn't leave. You know, no matter what. If it's really real, it's still there.
Yeah.
I got a big question, man. You know, you're definitely an inspiration to a lot of up and coming producers for years now. So not even just up and coming, like guys that came and gone already, but like who inspires you? Because like that's like who inspires a big guy like you? Like
man,
and now
there's you know, I would have to say people that really inspired me. You know, Quincy Jones, Rod Temperton, Nile Rodgers early on, and Dr. Dre, which I was lucky to somehow through the help of my friend E from Philadelphia, meet him and get to be part of his musical journey. Timbaland, Swiss, Premier,
wow.
You know, there's all kinds of, you know, and being in the roots, you know, I'm a huge like Tribe Called Quest, you know, that type of De La Soul. That's where my original taste for hip hop came in that era.
Yeah. What do you think about like the way the music is now? Like everything is like a quick verse, a hook, a quick verse. Like it's very like 2.5 minute songs, 2 minute songs. It's very quick.
You know what's crazy? Like I can't front. I sat with my boy Illa Sounds last night and we were listening to what is hot right now. And why is it hot, everything, etc. And man, I I feel like there's a lane that's wide open right now because like there was no energy in anything I heard. Like nothing moved me, with the exception of like maybe one Drake joint that's dope or this or Roddy, but like the multitude of the shit that I was listening to, I was like, we got to figure this out, and we're gonna try and crack this code. Maybe during Corona we can just sit here and cram it.
Well, I think this is I think this is what this coronavirus has been able to do for creators. It's been able, not just for creators, but for real legit fans of the culture, to be able to see a battle between you and Mannie Fresh and then you and T-Pain and all of these people. It reminded us of how much we undervalue the culture and how much we undervalue our legends and how much we need to like give them their flowers while they're here.
Yeah, it's like preservation of music culture, you know, and it's not people's fault because, you know, they may be too young, certain people, or, you know, some people aren't working anymore, some people are, but like, it definitely shines a great light on people. Shout out to Tim and Swiss for this, because they created this whole battle thing, and it's done something really great for a lot of people, and it's given people their flowers. It's incredible. And people that really threw up numbers, like not like 5 joints, like, you gotta have 20 to come to the table.
At least.
Especially if they battling people like you, Swiss and Timberland. Like, I want to know, Trent, who he wants to see next battle. Like, who's the person you want to see next?
Producers and
I don't know. I could see a Murder Beats and Metro Boomin.
Oh,
or something like that.
Oh,
I got a
nice
couple,
one.
you know.
So this is what I put up on
I'd like to see Dr. Dre versus Puff.
Oh yeah, but so this is what I put on my on a Hot 97 gram today, right? This is what I put up on Hot 97. I would like to see Bad Boy versus So Def, and I would like to see Dipset versus G Unit. Like, I haven't seen
that one
versus each other yet.
And Dipset versus G Unit is serious. That's
right?
Yeah, that's serious.
But what about who can we put Wu-Tang against?
Ooh.
Huh?
Who would you put up against Wu-Tang Clan?
Who would you put up against Wu-Tang?
Against Tank, you said?
Wu-Tang.
Oh, Wu-Tang. I couldn't hear you. I got construction in the background. I was like, Tank. All right. Wu-Tang. Shit.
I
don't know. Maybe Mobb Deep.
Mobb Deep?
I don't know. Somebody who.
Tribe Called Quest or nah?
Nah.
It has to be legendary. It can't be like. It has to be legendary.
You could put Tribe and De La together.
Yeah.
Tribe and De La.
But Wu-Tang, man, that's interesting. Who you would put against?
We gotta figure that one out. We need that.
Outkast?
Outkast?
Wow.
Outkast? That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Well, listen, we appreciate you so much for taking the time out with us.
Thank you.
Again, I'm going to apologize on behalf of the whole entire industry. The next time we speak of great producers, we better speak your name and that. It needs to go Scott, Pharrell, Dr. Dre, Timberland, Swiss.
Thank you.
1000%.
That means so much. That means a lot.
And congratulations on your new album, and congratulations on your rehabilitation center, The Heavenly Place. Everybody, after the quarantine, you're gonna get that up and going. So we appreciate everything and all the work that you're doing for the culture.
Thank you so much. Love you guys.
Love you. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Be safe. Thank you.
Be safe.
Later, man.